Kobayashi Isa. Under cherry trees, there are no strangers. Translated from the Japanese by Lucian Strick and Tagashi Ikemoto. Kobayashi Isa lived from 1763 to 1828. Poetry for self-soothing. Greetings from the in-between. A move that felt like it might never end and is close to completion for now. Short-term rental till the end of the summer. I determined and said in my post last week that I would write or share a new post about an update on a policy that the incredible Jake Egan O'Hara formulated for the 44.4 collaborative. About a year ago, he was formulating it for us. And the show, 44.4 the musical, has a new title, has a bunch of new songs. It is still in process, and we're going to film it as a documentary. I say that because that's been the suggestion, and even though I don't have the whole plan of how we're going to do that yet, I feel in my heart that it's going to happen. The policy that Jake wrote was so good, and Jake was so wise and intuitive, and that shortly before we put the production on, he said, I don't know, Hannah, you're in life transition. My feeling is this might not go well. That's the short version of the conversation we had. And I said, I have to do it anyway, one way or another. I just knew intuitively that it was going to happen and that it needed to happen on the date we'd chosen. Now, there was a huge storm, crazy wind. It was like a weird novel. And the show did not happen exactly as I expected. And there were big chunks of it that were kind of a mess. But nonetheless, there was something important that started in the process of creating that show. And I'm excited that we're going to be making a documentary out of it. But I want to do it efficiently and on a low budget. And while I know a number of people who are involved in documentary film, all of them have projects. So I'm letting myself ease into a new space. And I haven't exactly written a new policy so much as come up with an acronym that's helpful for me. So I have added an L, and it has to do with leadership, the way that I want to lead. You might be able to tell that I am recovering or in the middle of some sort of little head cold or virus. Nonetheless, I'm posting this, even though I'm surrounded by boxes and in the middle of cleaning and laundry and so many things. Nonetheless, under cherry trees, there are no strangers. And I wanted this to come out on Monday, even if not Monday morning. So my acronym, in terms of my intention for how I lead, always in a creative venture, I have certain energies afoot. And I've been breathing into the acronym of IDEALS for quite a while. I wanted to add the L, not only for the way I want to lead, but the way I want to live. So here's my new acronym, IDEALS. Imagine, discern, educate, advocate, lead from spirit, strength, and strategy. I could add a lot of other things. I'd like to lead from a place of serenity, and usually I can fake serenity even if I'm not feeling it on the inside, but with a big undertaking like a documentary, which I've not really been a part of before, I know I need to get myself to an equal calibration. So I also cannot ever create without some element of collaboration. I mean, can I ever? Yeah, I write a lot. But a lot of my creation, in terms of something that a lot of people might see, I want it to come in the form of collaboration. So I choose serenity for myself before I finish the script, before I start sending it out. I need that, and I want all of the people who are a part of the next iteration of the project to feel that it's coming from serenity, not just from spirit, which can get a little fiery at times. Strategy is important, and I want to get to a place of strength. So as I'm rehabilitating injuries, still in the process of a move and various elements of life transition, I invite everyone to check in with themselves around how are you leading yourself, and if you have others around you, how are you modeling as we are in this change of seasons. We're coming up on a couple different forms of Easter. It is still Ramadan for a goodly while, I think another 10 days or so as I record this, and all of the shifting, Passover Seder, all of the shifting of this time of year, whatever hemisphere you're in, is about the lunar calendar inviting us into a space of change. And always we can choose elements of our change, but not all of it. So whether you are trying to stay wild as a moon child and embody a deeper serenity, or you are needing the fire to come and light you out of a place of complacency, you might have an entirely different acronym. And I'd be curious for people to post comments about how they're trying to lead themselves and others right now. All right. Thank you.